You are the medicine. The medicine is within you. The answers that you're looking for are within you, whether you can see them or are aware of them right now or not. They may be buried deep within, but they are there. So whatever it is that you're going through right now that is challenging, that may even seem impossible to overcome, you can do it if you believe in yourself. Your body can and does heal itself. This is what it is made to do. Your subconscious mind is always on. Even when you're sleeping, it is active and it is taking in and absorbing everything that's going on around you. Not only what you hear and what you see, but also the smells, also the feelings, literally everything that you are exposed to. Now, of course, this is way too much for our conscious mind to comprehend or be aware of. So a lot of these things seep in without us even knowing it. And at the same time, they can be within us, stored within us, deep down under layers and layers of information. So it's beyond our awareness. We often don't even know that they're there. And you may even have an intuitive feeling that the answer is like just right there, you know? It's so close, but I can't quite put my finger on it. But actually revealing that, discovering what it is that got you to where you are now, and what is the antidote? What do you need to do or change about yourself to heal? Well, that is what I want to help you to begin to reveal and discover for yourself with what I'm going to share with you here in this video today. So in this video, I'm going to share with you, first of all, why this is true, why you have the medicine, you have the solution within you. You will not find it outside of you. And then I'm also going to share with you a couple of things that you can start doing in order to begin to reveal what that is for you. And so your brain is basically a computer. It's basically like AI. It's the same thing in the sense that people now are spending millions of dollars and lots of energy and time into training AI, right? Training it to react and respond in a certain way, to be able to help with certain tasks and to think and bring information together in a certain way. But your brain works the same way. What if we begin as a society to invest that same time and resources into training our brains rather than training artificial intelligence, right? Just imagine how different things would be. And that's something you can start doing right now. Because whatever is happening physically or even emotionally or mentally, it has started with your subconscious mind, with your psyche, the way that you react to different experiences in your life. And the way that you perceive different situations in your life is dependent on your past experiences, your values and beliefs, your fears and insecurities, and of course, your culture and society, right? Social conditioning. So what may seem detrimental or life-threatening, the end of the world for one person, somebody else could experience the same situation and be totally fine with it and just accept it as, a part of life and know that this too will pass and just move on. And so this is really about getting to know yourself and understanding your psyche and your subconscious mind and how it works and how it interprets the world around you according to your past experiences, the social conditioning that you specifically have grown up with, and the values and beliefs and securities that you hold and that shape your world and how you view the world around you. And so if something seems to be off, something is wrong or not working right, most of the time it's not that your body is failing or there's something wrong with your body or something wrong with you. It's there's something wrong with your way of thinking and perceiving the world. And that's not your fault, and that's okay, right? A lot of this is just how we were grown up, what we were exposed to, what we saw, what we experienced, what the people closest to us and what the people who were around us, told us and led us to believe. But there were also beliefs and ways of viewing the world that are very limiting that were installed in us and that are actually very damaging. So it's about finding what those are for you, what ways of thinking, what conditioning is not working for you anymore. What stories are you telling yourself that are holding you back or that are causing you to view yourself or view the world in a certain way that has got you to where you are today? because then once you understand that, you can begin to change it. And if you change the instructions you're giving to your brain, if you change the way that you're training your brain, you're going to change the outcome. The way that your brain is communicating with your body and signaling different areas and organs of your body to respond to the environment is going to change as well. If you start training an AI bot differently, they're going to give a different response. So here are a couple of things that you can do to begin to work with yourself in this way and to discover what is the medicine for you. What is it that is buried beneath these layers of conditioning, of fears and insecurity that is causing an imbalance, or that is causing you to be reactive in certain situations automatically, when it feels like you have no control. And 2 simple things that you can do on your own without really needing anything else that will make a big impact and really move you forward, and discovering what is going on beneath the surface so that you can rip out whatever is no longer serving you, whatever is limiting you, and just throw it away. Dispose of it once and for all. So what we tend to think when we have a problem or something we're looking to resolve, we're looking to fix, is that we need to do something more. We need to add on something. But sometimes you don't really need to do anything. It's kind of the opposite. Instead, what we need to do is peel back the layers of the conditioning, of the coping mechanisms that we've developed due to difficult past situations and the stories that we're living by, until we get to the core, right? Until you get to the core of who you really are in your heart, your soul, beyond this personality, beyond this character, beyond even this body in which you are living in and presenting yourself to the world. We all have our character, our personality. I am Nadine, I am a mother, I am a wife, I am a daughter, I am a friend, I am a coach. We have all these roles that we play, which is part of being human. However, with these roles comes certain beliefs and ways that we believe we should be, or things sometimes as well that we believe we should think. But these are just roles that, were basically made up. There are no rules. And really, this is just a character that you are playing in this game we call life. But when this character is eliminated, so to speak, from this game of life, who you really are, your spirit, the soul that gives the body life, that animates the body and allows it and brings it to life, that lives on, right? That is never destroyed. And that is who you really are. When you're born into this world, you are just an innocent little baby. You are pure, you are worthy, you are a blank canvas. But of course, as you grow up, we start to adopt all this different conditioning, all these fears and ways of thinking based on the people around us and the things that we experience in our life. And as I mentioned before, some of these things are important to fit in with society, to understand, to help us get through life in the way that it is structured and designed today. But definitely many of these things are not beneficial and can really take us away from who we really are at the core. So it's not so much about more, it's kind of about less, about peeling away the layers of conditioning and the layers of stories to find who you really are. Because that's when you really feel empowered, and that's when you begin to truly love yourself. And a big part of doing this is actually training your brain to think less. Society for so long now has put such a stress on the mind, on the intellect. We've been taught to use logic, reasoning, to use our mind, to make decisions, to basically move us forward in life. However, the mind is very limited and it's very distorted with all this programming and stories that we've integrated into who we are. And so anytime we're using the mind, these stories and these limiting ways of thinking are going to shape the answer that we get. But when you really go within yourself, beyond all of that, you can find the truth and what that is for you as an individual. For most of us, our minds are running around aimlessly. We're thinking so much all the time that we don't even know what we're thinking. We're not even conscious of our thoughts. And when we're conscious of our thoughts, what happens is we often identify with our thoughts and we believe we are what we're feeling. So the first step is really clearing the mind, practicing clearing the mind. And of course, meditation is a great way of doing this, practicing meditation. And there are other daily practices as well, such as just being in nature, right? Moving your body, going for a walk or something, or even just sitting in nature, just listening to the sounds of nature can be so relaxing, but also really help to clear the mind. It's really anything that can get you into the present moment. Okay, maybe that's even just interacting with your children or your pets, or spending time in water. I feel that water is very cleansing and purifying. So whatever that is for you, practicing that regularly so that you can be more present, more within your body and less within your mind. And the next thing is to begin to ask yourself questions, but really go within and ask that soul, ask your heart, ask that light being that you really are, that's within you, that's beyond your character of Nadine, of mom, of whatever it is for you. Ask your core, your true self questions, hard questions, and listen for the answer and don't doubt the answer. An important part for doing this, though, is clearing your mind first, because if you try to do this and ask yourself these deep, important questions while your mind is active, the answer is going to come from the programming, the conditioning, the social or cultural conditioning. It's going to be based on your past experiences or your values, all of those things we talked about before. It's not going to come from within. And so you can't really trust it, right? The truth comes from within, because as your subconscious mind is taking in everything all the time since before you were born, since the moment you were conceived, basically, it knows everything. The answer is within you. But we need to ask that core true self, that part of you, who you really are. We're not asking the mind. And so when you are in sort of a meditative state or just a very clear state, that is the time to ask yourself these questions, and it can be very helpful to start with smaller things, and maybe yes or no questions that are easier to receive, trust at the beginning, because at the beginning, it's normal to be skeptical and doubtful. We're so used to seeking information and answers outside of us. This is how we've been trained to do it, and probably for a reason, so that we don't step into and realize our full power. So practice this. And that first answer that pops into your head when you ask the question, if you are clear, that is usually coming from your subconscious mind. Whatever comes after is usually contradicting it, or usually questioning or doubting it, and that's the conscious mind. Okay, that's coming from here. The doubt, the questioning is coming from here. Perhaps you have a desire to do something, you feel called to do something, but it requires a big change in your life. Maybe it means ending a relationship that you're in right now. Maybe it means ending a career that you're in right now, or starting a new career, or making a big change in your life. And deep down, you feel that it's right for you. So you ask the question and you get a yes, do it. But then right after, the doubts come in, right? Oh, but is that really plausible? Can I really make money that way? Do I really want to be that person who's like ending this relationship? What are people going to think about me, right? That all is coming from the conscious mind. That is the intellect. That is not the heart. That is not your subconscious. That is not the real you. Okay, so be aware of that and know that the first answer, if you are clear, is coming from your subconscious mind or from your intuition. These two things go hand in hand. And the more you can begin to do this and then take action in alignment with the answer that you got, trusting that it's true, even if you don't really see how it could be true in the moment. You don't see the evidence of it in the moment, but you practice trusting that. And then you begin to see the results and you begin to realize, wow, like this was so right. I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I listened and I trusted my intuition and the answer that came to me, because look at everything that's happened now. So don't be afraid to ask yourself the questions, but make sure you're in that clear, calm, safe space first. Is this the best option for me? Is this for my highest good and the highest good of all involved? Yes or no? Do I really want to do this or that? Do I really love this person? We don't always understand the why or see the path forward clearly in the moment, right? But if you can practice understanding, trusting, and following your intuition, you will always know what's best for you. You will always know what action to take. You will always know the solution. But what I want for you, and what I hope you take away from this video today, is that you really know better than anyone else what is right for you. So don't make decisions based out of fear because somebody's pressuring you or telling you that this or that is going to happen if you do or don't do this. Take a moment, find that time, gift yourself that time with yourself to be in silence, to go within and to listen to what your heart says. Connect with God, source, however you want to call it, but that higher power that is within you that we are all connected to through our subconscious. Our subconscious connects us with the universal mind that is all-knowing. So we have direct connection to that. We have a direct access to that if we allow ourselves to connect in that way. It starts with presence. It starts with quieting the mind and then asking yourself those questions and truly, truly listening. You'll be amazed at how much you learn about yourself and truly begin to love yourself, to trust yourself, to love yourself, and to feel safe in your own body. The way you approach life changes for the better. It's not so scary anymore. It's not so intimidating. It doesn't feel so random and crazy. You are so powerful and you are so beautiful and you are so capable. So remember, only you know what is right for you. You are the medicine.